There it is. There's that
Now
square.
we're recording.
Now we're doing it. Now we're live.
Now we're live. Welcome to A Moment with Meg. We're here in my living room. I'm here with Scott Metzger, who came on this really rainy day to join me in Brooklyn. And I'm so excited, so I want to get right into this conversation because we only have a moment. Scott, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks so much, Meg.
I really appreciate you stopping by.
It's great to be here.
Yeah, this is really exciting for me. And I want to get right into it. I want to talk to you because you are on the road right now with Lamp,
Yes.
which is your trio with Russ Lawton and also with Ray Pachkowski, which most people probably know from their work with the Trey Anastasio Band. And I'm really excited to hear about what you're looking forward to with this tour.
Yeah, I just feel so lucky to be playing with Russ and Ray. They make it so easy. You know, they've been through so much together as musicians and as guys, that there's a chemistry there. There's sort of an X factor there when they make music together that is just totally undeniable to anyone who hears it immediately. And I see my role in the band as kind of just trying to not get in the way of that and hopefully adding something unique on top of that thing that they already bring to the table. And you know, so far so good. I mean, all the gigs have exceeded expectations. I think, definitely for the three of us, but also hopefully for the people who have been coming out to see us.
Yeah, you've had some sold out shows in Colorado, and you've also got some sold out shows coming up on the East Coast too.
Yes, we just went out to Colorado for the first time, long way from home, and we had no idea what to expect.
Yeah.
But, the Denver show sold out, the Boulder show was greatly attended, great crowds for the whole weekend. So, thanks to everybody who came out to those, and hopefully we'll have more of the same in the Northeast coming up.
Yeah, that's so exciting. I'll be at your show in Connecticut.
That'll be a great one.
Yeah, I'm really excited. And if you haven't gotten your tickets, everybody, you need to, because these shows are going to sell out.
Yes, a lot of them are looking like it. You can get them at the website, which is ilikelamp.com, because we couldn't get ilovelamp.com.
Really? Oh, that's so funny.
Somebody beat us to it.
Well, the electric energy in the room when you play is so exciting, and I cannot wait to see that show in Connecticut.
Cheers.
Yeah, and you also have some shows coming up with JRAD too, right?
Yes, in just 2 days we're headed to Austin, Texas, and we're playing the Eclipse Festival down there. So we're playing for the Eclipse, and we're actually the headlining act. So it's our time slot is right when the Eclipse is going to be going over Austin, Texas,
Wow.
allegedly. So we'll see.
That's amazing. That's so exciting.
Yeah, I've done a lot of gigs over the last 20 plus years, and never played an Eclipse with a right overhead. So it's a first.
Now I want to go out to Austin because I want to see JRAD in your incredible improvisation under the eclipse. That's just going to be such a moment. Those lucky people. It's awesome.
That'll be great.
Yeah, that'll be so great. Well, this morning I had a chance to re-listen back to your incredible solo album, Too Close to Reason. And if people have not checked this out and you like ambient, contemplative, just gorgeous acoustic music, you have to check this album out.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, it's beautiful. And you recorded some music with Lamp in 2019 as well. So any plans to record some new music or write? I know you're really busy with your touring schedule, but...
No, just last week I was up in Vermont with those guys, and we were doing pre-production for the next record.
No way!
Everything is written and it's ready to go. We're still kind of massaging into place where we're going to do it, and the exact dates and everything, and who else might be involved with things. But yeah, it's looking good. It's looking really good. It was actually funny. I was told on my way up there to drive safely because it was mud season in Vermont, which I've never heard of before. And I'll spare you all the details, but
That's because
I've never
all the
been so
snow-
scared driving.
Because the snow kind of melts and everything becomes really wet and...
Yes, and then the water has nowhere to go, so it actually starts coming up from even where the snow wasn't. It spreads out underground, and then water starts coming up out.
Oh my gosh.
It's kind of a terrifying thing.
It sounds like, especially if you don't live there and you're not accustomed to it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I felt like a soft city boy.
Yeah,
up there.
totally. Vermonters, they'll break you in really quickly.
Yeah, but they were all because I had to get up a hill at the very end of the drive to get to the studio, and everyone was very impressed that I was able to drive up the hill. And, oh man, he actually made it,
It's awesome.
No.
Oh, that's so great.
Proving myself. All right.
Well, whenever I talk to musicians, I'm always curious as to what you're listening to. Is there any new music you're listening to or old music that you're kind of discovering or returning to?
Sure, yeah. I tend to listen to mostly older music. And in that category, there's a Pat Metheny record from the 90s that I've been listening to a lot called Day Trip, which is just a trio. It's him, Antonio Sanchez, and Christian McBride. It's a great, anybody who appreciates jazz guitar or just music, it's really worth checking out. And a newer record, there was a hip hop record by No Name that came out last year called Sundial. I can't get enough. I can't get enough. I wouldn't change a thing. It's a beautiful record, and she really, created an entire universe in a 45-minute record, that you could just live in for, day after day.
That album blew me away.
It's incredible, right? You know it.
Yeah, I do. I was not expecting it, and I love old hip hop, but new hip hop I sometimes have a hard time connecting with, but that album just really drew me in.
Yes. I saw their clip on NPR, the Tiny Desk concert, and I immediately dropped everything I was doing. I was like, who is this?
That's exactly how I found her too.
There you go. Good work, NPR.
Exactly, doing the Lord's work there. That's awesome. So I'm a big reader, and I'd love to talk to people about books. So is there a book that you love or that really moved you? It doesn't have to be recent, anything you've ever read.
Yeah, I just finished Beautiful Dreamer, it's called, which is the Bill Frisell biography, who Bill Frisell, if you don't know, is a guitarist who's in my, he's on my Mount Rushmore of guitar players. And it was incredibly well written. It's sort of a semi-autobiography, and he just has had a lot of different phases through his career, and it was very in-depth and going into details. It was, for a huge Frisell fan, it was, I couldn't put it down.
That's the best. Getting to know an artist in a deeper way is really
you feel like, I could really hang out with this guy, at the end of the book. I love it.
Did you go down and listen to all his music again while you were reading, or?
It's sort of always in rotation for me. Frisell is constantly coming up to listen to. He's sort of like a well of inspiration for me for the last, 20 years. That it doesn't take long for me to put on something of Bill Frisell's music, and I learn something. I sort of have an aha moment about something that then I can bring to what I'm, my sort of watered down version of that to whatever I'm working on at the time.
That's the best. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I owe Bill Frisell a lot.
Okay, I'm gonna put some of him on tonight. That's gonna be my homework.
I'll give you some
tonight.
recommendations.
Okay, nice, perfect. I've heard before in interviews you talk about your love of movies. So I'd love to know if there's a movie that you've seen recently that you've really enjoyed, because I love movies too.
I just went to see The Deer Hunter.
Nice.
In the theater, which I had never seen on the big screen.
Yeah.
And I'm still recovering from that. I mean,
I've only seen it at home.
It's not a feel-good movie at all, but it was incredibly emotional to see it on the big screen. And it's actually, sadly, it's a really poignant movie with, so much political war things happening in the world right now. So it was just really moving, and as far as movies goes, that's the most recent thing I've got.
I love that. That's so great. Meryl Streep is so young in that movie.
She's so young.
She's so young.
She's so pretty in that movie.
I
oh my
know.
God, she came on the screen and you could feel the whole theater just be like,
Oh, I love that. That's amazing. I love seeing older movies on the theater too, because you really see how they're meant to be seen.
Yeah, and it's one of the things. I mean, I've been living in New York for a couple of decades now, and it's one of the things that I really love about the city.
Yeah,
because I travel enough that if I have a day off in other cities, you really realize there's not a lot of art house theaters around the country the way here. There's a ton of different options where you can go and see movies from the 70s every day of the week, but.
We're spoiled here. We know
spoiled.
it. Yeah, we're spoiled. We're spoiled.
I'm not going anywhere.
So that's a good lead up to my final question for you. And that is, I know you're on the road a lot. So when you're home, what is the meal that you're always looking forward to either cooking or having at home?
Right. Well, I can't cook at all. I can fuck up a bowl of pasta. No problem. My wife, on the other hand, though, she could open a restaurant. She's such a great cook. So it would be a toss-up between her teriyaki chicken wings, or when we're feeling fancy, she cooks black cod. That is outrageous. There's no words to describe how good it is. So
that's incredible.
I'm very lucky to, she's a musician as well. So she's not always home when I come home from tour, but when she is, I know there's something outrageously good waiting for me.
That's the best. That's so nice.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Lucky dude.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's great. Well, you deserve it. And you're also super nice to sit down with me. I love that you're in my living room. I've seen you on these huge stages with JRAD and seen you with after parties with lamp, and here you are in my living room. So generous of you, so nice.
Thanks for taking a moment, Meg.
Yeah, thanks, Scott. Thanks, everybody. We'll be back soon with more A Moment with Meg.